Welcome to Statistics Made Simple, and I am Savita Valsang. In this video, I'll find solutions to problems based on standard deviation for raw, discrete, and continuous data, and also find its relative measure. And we'll work out a couple of problems based on the combined standard deviation. Problem 1. Find the standard deviation for the following data: 25, 50, 45, 30, 70, 42, 36, 48, 34, and 60. So since only a set of values are given, this will be raw data. So under solution, form a table. The first column is X, list down the values which are given, and then calculate summation X, which is 440. Now form one more column, which is X square, because we'll need it for the standard deviation. And beside the table, you can write given n is equal to 10. Then write the formula for sigma, which is root of summation x squared by n minus summation x by n the whole square. Now let us find out the x squared values. So square 25, you will get 625. Similarly, when you square 50, you will get 2500. Continue in a similar manner. So you get 2025, 900, 4900, 1764, 1296, 2304, 1156, 3600, and summation x square is 21,070. Substituting both these totals and the value of n in the formula, we get root of 21,070 divided by 10 minus 440 by 10 the whole square, which is equal to root of 2107 minus 44 square, which is root of 2107 minus 1936, which is equal to root of 171. Therefore, sigma is equal to 13.08. So you can just take two places after the decimal after rounding off for the final value of sigma. Problem 2. Compute the standard deviation for the following data. In the first column, the x values are 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the corresponding frequencies are 6, 12, 15, 28, 29, 14, and 15. So the given data is discrete data. The first step is to find out capital N, which is the sum of the frequencies, which is 119. Next, start with the solution. Write the formula of the standard deviation for discrete data, that is, consider sigma equal to root of summation fx squared by n minus summation fx by n the whole square. Let us form two more columns which are highlighted in pink color, which is fx and fx square. So fx values are 24, 60, 90, 196, 232, 126, and 150. Summation fx is 878. Next, we will find out fx square. So if we multiply the fx column values with the x column values, we will get fx square. So 4 into 24 is 96, 5 into 60 is 300. Continuing in a similar manner, you will get 540, 1372, 1856, 1134, 1500. So you'll get summation fx square is 6798. Substituting these totals in sigma formula, you'll get sigma equal to root of 6798 divided by 119 minus 878 divided by 119 the whole square, which is equal to root of 57.13. Here I have taken only two places after the decimal after rounding off, minus 7.38 the whole square, which is equal to root of 57.13 minus 54.46, which is equal to root of 2.67, or sigma is equal to 1.63. Problem 3. Find the standard deviation and the coefficient of standard deviation for the following data. In the first column, we have the class intervals 0 to 6, 6 to 12, 12 to 18, 18 to 24, 24 to 30, 30 to 36, 36 to 42. The corresponding frequencies are 19, 25, 36, 72, 51, 43, and 28. So the given data is continuous data. The first step is to find out the sum of the frequencies, which is capital N, that is equal to 274. Write solution and also write the formula for sigma for continuous data, which is sigma is equal to root of summation fx squared by n minus summation fx by n the whole square. In the table, we will form three more columns which are highlighted in pink color, that is x, fx and fx square. So how do we find out the midpoints x? It is lower limit plus upper limit of the class interval divided by 2. So 0 plus 6 is equal to 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Similarly, 6 plus 12 is equal to 18. 18 divided by 2 is 9. The remaining midpoints are 15, 21, 27, 33 and 39. Then you calculate fx, which is 57, 225, 540, 1512, 1377, 1419 and 1092. So summation fx is 6222. In the last column, calculate fx square, which is 171, 2025, 8100, 31752, 37179, 46827, 42588. And summation fx square is 1,68,642. Substituting in the formula of sigma, we get sigma equal to root of 1,68,642 divided by 274 minus 6,222 divided by 274 the whole square, which is equal to root of 615.48 minus 22.71 the whole square equal to root of 615.48 minus 51,574, which gives equal to root of 99.74. Therefore, sigma is equal to 9.99. Next, let us find out the coefficient of standard deviation, which is sigma divided by x bar, where x bar is equal to summation fx by capital N, which is 6222 divided by 274, which is nothing but 22.71. So there is no need to actually calculate x bar again. If you observe very carefully, as I have highlighted with the pink line, the x bar value is similar to what is already there in the sigma expression, that is 22.71. So you can use that value directly for x bar, and there's no need to write the formula for x bar again and calculate it. So you get coefficient of standard deviation is equal to 9.99 divided by 22.71, which is equal to 0.44. Problem 4. Compute the variance for the following data. In the first column, you have class intervals 30 to 39, 40 to 49, and it continues up to 90 to 99. The corresponding frequencies are 1, 4, 14, 20, 22, 12, and 2. Now, because the given data is in the continuous form and the class intervals are inclusive, the first step is to convert the inclusive class intervals to exclusive form. That is, we have to find out the modified class intervals. Before that, we calculate the sum of the frequencies and we get capital N is equal to 75. So the modified class intervals, I think all of you know by now how to calculate them. So we get 29.5 to 39.5, 39.5 to 49.5, and it continues up to 89.5 to 99.5. Next, find out the midpoints of the class intervals. So whether you use the given class interval or the modified class interval, the midpoint remains the same. It is obtained by adding the lower limit and the upper limit and then dividing by 2. So the midpoints are x, which are 34.5, 44.5, 54.5, 64.5, 74.5, 84.5 and 94.5. Now below the table, write solution. Now the question is to find out the variance. So variance will not have the root. It is denoted by sigma square and the formula is summation fx square by n minus summation fx by n the whole square. In the table, we'll form two more columns which are fx and fx square. So fx values are 34.5, 178, 763, 1290, 1639, 1014, 189 and summation fx is 5107.5. Then calculate fx square, which is 1190.25, 7921, 41583.5, 83205, 1,22,105.5, 85,683 and 17,860.5. Summation fx square is equal to 3,59,548.75. Substituting these values in sigma square, we get 3,59,548.75 divided by 75 minus 5107.5 by 75 the whole square is equal to 4793.98 minus 681 the whole square, which is equal to 4793.98 minus 4637.61, or sigma square is equal to 156.37. Problem 5. The mean and standard deviation of a distribution of 100 and 150 values are 50, 5 and 40, 6 respectively. Find the standard deviation of all the 250 values taken together. In this problem, we have two sets of values which are given. The first set has 100 values and the second set has 150 values. We need to find out the combined standard deviation of all the 250 values taken together. So the mean and standard deviation of the first set and of the second set are given within brackets. So let us first list down all the values which are given under solution. So you have n1 equal to 100, x bar 1 is 150, sigma 1 is 5, then you have n2 equal to 150, x bar 2 is equal to 40, sigma 2 is equal to 6. Then write the formula for combined standard deviation, that is, consider sigma 1 2 equal to root of n1 into sigma 1 squared plus d1 squared plus n2 into sigma 2 squared plus d2 squared divided by n1 plus n2, where d1 is equal to x bar 1 minus x bar 1 2 and d2 is equal to x bar 2 minus x bar 1 2, and we know that x bar 1 2 is the combined mean. So the first step is to find out the combined mean. So write the formula for combined mean, that is, consider x bar 1 2 equal to n1 x bar 1 plus n2 x bar 2 divided by n1 plus n2, which is equal to 100 into 50 plus 150 into 40 divided by 100 plus 150, which is equal to 5000 plus 6000 divided by 250, and you get x bar 1 2 is equal to 44. Next, we need to find out d1 and d2. So consider d1, which is equal to x bar 1 minus x bar 1 2, which is equal to 50 minus 44. So you get d1 is equal to 6. Then write the formula for d2, which is x bar 2 minus x bar 1 2, which is equal to 40 minus 44, and you get d2 equal to minus 4. So please be careful with the signs for d1 and d2. Let us now substitute all the values in sigma 1 2 formula. So you get sigma 1 2 is equal to root of 100 into 5 square plus 6 square plus 150 into 6 square plus minus 4 the whole square divided by 100 plus 150, which simplifies to root of 100 into 25 plus 36 plus 150 into 36, and when you square minus 4 it becomes positive, that is minus 4 square is 16. So you'll get 150 into 36 plus 16 divided by 250, which is equal to root of 100 into 61 plus 150 into 52 divided by 250, which is equal to root of 6100 plus 7800 divided by 250, which is equal to root of 13,900 by 250, which is equal to root 55.6, or sigma 12 is equal to 7.46. Problem 6. The means of two samples of sizes 50 and 100 are 54.1 and 50.3 respectively, and their standard deviations are 8 and 7 respectively. Obtain the standard deviation of the combined sample. So since two samples are given and their sizes along with the mean and standard deviation are also given, we list down the values under solution as given: n1 equal to 50, x bar 1 equal to 54.1, sigma 1 is equal to 8, then n2 is equal to 100, x bar 2 is 50.3, and sigma 2 is equal to 7. Then write the formula for the combined standard deviation. Consider sigma 1 2 is equal to root of n1 into sigma 1 squared plus d1 squared plus n2 into sigma 2 squared plus d2 squared divided by n1 plus n2, where d1 is equal to x bar 1 minus x bar 1 2 and d2 is equal to x bar 2 minus x bar 1 2, where x bar 1 2 is the combined mean. So let's start the problem by calculating the combined mean. So consider x bar 1 2 is equal to n1 x bar 1 plus n2 x bar 2 divided by n1 plus n2, which is equal to 50 into 54.1 plus 100 into 50.3 divided by 50 plus 100, which is equal to 2705 plus 5030 divided by 150, which is equal to 7735 divided by 150, or you get x bar 1 2 is equal to 51.57. Let us now calculate d1, which is x bar 1 minus x bar 1 2, which is 54.1 minus 51.57, which gives d1 equal to 2.53. And d2 is equal to x bar 2 minus x bar 1 2, which is equal to 50.5 minus 51.57, or you get d2 equal to minus 1.27. Sigma 1 2 will now be root of 50 into 8 square plus 2.53 square plus 100 into 7 square plus minus 1.27 the whole square, which is equal to root of 50 into 64 plus 6.4009 plus 100 into 49 plus minus 1.27 the whole square becomes a positive value, which is 1.6129 divided by 150, which is equal to root of 50 into 70.4009 plus 100 into 50.6129 divided by 150, which is equal to root of 3520.045 plus 5061.29 divided by 150, which is equal to root of 8581.335 by 150, which is equal to root of 57.2089, or sigma 1 2 is equal to 7.56. The standard deviation calculation is a very important one, as it will be used in coefficient of variation question, which is a 10 marker. Please be thorough with the calculations of the standard deviation, especially for discrete and continuous data. Thank you all for watching and look out for my next video where we'll find solutions to problems based on the coefficient of variation.